being a perfectionist, I think I needed to give myself grace and not be so hard on myself with everything I did in life, with my grades and being in every group and every club and being everybody's friends and taking care of people. Like we said, I wanted to just take care of everybody all the time and do everything I could to the best, to the highest. But I overdid it. And that led me to addiction.
What up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to One-on-One with Juan. I am your host, Juan, and I am here today with my good friend and co-worker, Nicole Horzewski, right?
You got it.
Right?
Yep, that's me.
Yeah. She's a rock star. She's an all-star. Such a phenomenal human being. I'm so thankful that we got to get her on here with us today. We were discussing some things that we wanted to talk about on this episode, and shame came up, and something that I believe most people deal with. Not everybody. I can't say that everybody's dealing with it, but as people in recovery, it's obviously a highly stigmatized issue. And through our addiction, our alcoholism, we can run into doing things, or we can do things that, or not do things that can really push shame into our hearts, into our thoughts, into our beliefs. And, so I guess today we're going to talk about some shame. First and foremost, I wanted to ask you, how would you define shame? Like, what would you say?
So shame to me is you build morals and ethics and beliefs as a child, what you're told or what you think and how you think you should be. And I think that's how you base your shame on, those beliefs and those morals and letting people down. And for me, it was in early childhood, like what my parents wanted me to be when I was supposed to be at school and skating and perfectionism.
So some of the societal influences, right? Some of the factors would be a society saying that you should be this, your family saying, which I can relate highly to.
Yeah.
People
pleasers.
Yeah, people pleasing.
I am.
Yeah, but in there, so we have our factors, which are some of the things that society or our parents or culturally, however that looks. But along the way, you started to develop this moral compass for you. Would you say that there was something separate living there, which is your morals that you felt ashamed about, where you just knew who you were minus what anybody told you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I was straight edge in high school. I was never going to do drugs. I was never going to have sex before marriage, all of that shit.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I drank a little bit and I was like, this is okay. And, and I didn't think I was a problem drinker until 4 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, but so that was the worst thing ever to me.
And how old are you?
I am 33. I have to think about it, yeah.
So you drank successfully for how long?
Sure. I told myself for 13 years, but I would say probably 10 years. I'd say probably 3 years of that were successful.
3 years? Yeah. Really young?
Yeah. Not really young. No? I didn't really start drinking until I was 18.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yep. Yeah, straight edge.
I was tugging on liquor when I was 14. I was in bad shape really early on.
Those were my morals. Those were built into me. You don't drink, you go to school, you get good grades, you skate. You don't mess with that.
Yeah, and that's healthy, right?
Yeah. To an extent. But you got to give yourself grace.
Yeah.
Too.
Elaborate on that. So what are some of the things that you wish or you would look back at and give yourself advice on? Where did you need to have grace for yourself? What are some reasons or some things or anything around that?
Being a perfectionist, I think I needed to give myself grace and not be so hard on myself with everything I did in life, with my grades and being in every group and every club and being everybody's friends and taking care of people. Like we said, I wanted to just take care of everybody all the time and do everything I could to the best, to the highest. I would tear up my school papers that were due the next day and because I didn't think it was perfect. And so I just had these super high standards.
Where'd they come from?
I think it's a little bit of childhood trauma almost.
Yeah.
Wanting to take care of people and please people. My dad was always sick and my mom was working her ass off. So I wanted to give to them and do something.
So you saw maybe what it was like to give to them and how they responded. And you were like, I just want that to be that way because you cared and you valued what they want.
And I'll get good grades, I promise, and I won't get in trouble and you don't have to worry about me.
And you'll be happy.
Yeah, and I'll take care of you and I'll come home and make sure you have your meds and I'll cook dinner, anything. Wow. Yeah. So but I overdid it. And that led me to addiction. I wasn't perfect enough. Even if somebody said it was perfect, I found things to pick apart. So giving myself grace there would have probably helped me a lot. But
just chill out. It's okay.
I know,
You're doing
right?
a good job, right?
Yeah,
like some of that, right?
Yeah.
And so for you, like, you know, when you started drinking, you discussed that a little bit a moment ago, but did you find that you found relief? Like, was it self-medicating?
Yes.
In what way? Like, how did alcohol, like...
alcohol, and then it led into opiates.
Yeah, tell me about that. Come on.
I was stress-free. And my brain wouldn't stop. It would go and go and go and think about how I needed to fix that and do that tomorrow, make that better, and I could do it better in the future, and I should have done that. It just quieted everything.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Matt talks about it. I feel very similar. When I think like really the first spiritual experience I had was when I picked up. Yeah. It was the first time I felt like I found relief, and I was like, man, this is it. Yeah. This is it. I can slow down. Yeah. Yeah. For you, when did you ever have a regulator? Like for me, the first time I got drunk, I was beer bonging a fifth of screwdriver. You know what I mean? Like it was off the rip. You know what I mean? That's like real story. Had a space boot on, bad news, puking into the air, like put beer, like a beer bong with like I had no regulator switch.
No, I didn't either.
You didn't either?
I have an addictive personality and I want more, and I wanted to be perfect, so I wanted to be perfect at drinking.
Drinking too?
And then doing whatever else, of course.
When you said I didn't either, I said you didn't either too?
Yeah.
Like I was excited that you were like messed up.
Because we can relate.
Yeah, for sure.
We can relate.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not comparing myself to you or your sobriety.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
it's all bad.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And along the way, as you're like trying to correct or figure out that like this experience of shame is like weighing down on you, some things unfolded for you that caused you to hit your bottom, right? Yeah. What's that look like?
Yeah. I just kept denying that I had a problem, and I kept pushing through and trying to work and make people happy. And at some point, I gave up. I felt horrible mentally and physically. I quit my job, and then I tried treatment, and then it didn't work. And I just wrote it out and did nothing besides drink and snort opiates for a year or two during COVID, and then I had a horrible car accident.
Near-death experience. Yeah,
near-death experience. I got really lucky. Somebody saved me that day for a reason. And even after that, I relapsed. And you know what hit me? And I felt a lot of shame, but I think I realized I didn't want to go through life continuing to feel that shame and losing everybody. Through the process. Like dying wasn't the end for me. It was living lonely and without anybody in shame until I died.
Yeah.
That was it.
You had to do something about it.
Yeah, for sure.
But so, you get in that car accident, all these things unfold. But also another thing I think that is important. So you gave your first lead, you're working at a treatment center, you're working alongside us in recovery. You're obviously, on camera, you've done some interviews, but previously you had a hard time being in recovery and allowing yourself to speak on that. Like, was there shame involved with that?
Yes,
right?
Yes. Even at other facilities or in meetings, I felt like I can't tell people I'm an alcoholic, and they can't know my whole name. And I figure skate, and my figure skating friends can't know I'm an addict. Giving up some of that control and giving myself grace, and really it was freeing coming out and saying I'm an alcoholic. That helped me work through the shame.
Wow.
Yeah. Accepting and telling people the truth.
Yeah.
And seeing successes like you guys.
Oh, stop that.
Yeah.
Stop that. Don't do that. But it's so cool to see though, because I've been, since you came on, which has been such a blessing, you like stepped into that, which is like, giving yourself grace, allowing yourself to be authentic, and obviously, if somebody chooses to hold on to their anonymity for whatever reason, like that's, everybody's right. But for you, like recognizing that there was some shame in it, like how did it feel for you to step out of that box and into like saying, I'm in recovery? Did it feel empowering? Yeah. Was it scary? How was it?
Oh. It was a little scary. It took me like a year or so to kind of come out with that with my skating team. And at my previous job, I would hide my big book. I was trying to do homework and hide it. I was like, I covered it with paper so that people wouldn't see the blue. And it felt so empowering. And I think it's empowering because it helps me relate to people and stop comparing myself and my recovery. And then I see it change other people too. And then, and hopefully, you know, they can help, I can help them find their passion and lose their shame. Just lose it. It's okay.
Man, being
we all do shameful things, but
what a blessing, right? Like, I'm gonna hide this thing that could potentially one person could walk by and see, and I could help that person, or I can save face and just continue, you know,
because I felt shame even with having the book, you know, by me. It's nothing, but you're right.
Yeah, what a blessing, though, right? Like almost robbing people of helping them.
Yeah, saving their lives.
Yeah,
I'm robbing them of their lives.
Yeah, being able.
But now you can all know.
Yeah,
I'm an addict.
Yeah, say that.
It's cool. I was an addict. I'm in recovery.
Right.
It's always a possibility, but I am not ashamed anymore.
Yeah, yeah. What are some things that you feel like you can attribute to your sense of freedom at this point? You know, not carrying shame with you. Like, what are some of the things that contribute to that the most intensely or strongly?
Seeing that I'm not alone and that there are a lot of other people like me who had shame like that and still think about it and still live with it, but they've pushed on, they persevered, and they've done great things, and they've helped other people.
There it is, right?
They've saved other people.
Constantly there, right? Recycling that thing, right?
Yes, servitude. That is servitude, like helping people realize they don't need to be ashamed anymore. To me, that's a huge part of servitude.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you were speaking to somebody out there, if you were speaking to Nicole out there or anybody else experiencing, and you're trying to relate to them right now to carry a message, you know, what is it that you would want them to hear regarding shame potentially that's preventing them from, you know, giving themselves a chance?
That, you know, everybody is worthy. We talked about it a little bit earlier. I heard it. Everybody is worthy. And sometimes you feel shame, but that is temporary, like so many things, a day at a time, a minute at a time, like that doesn't define you. The things that you've done and feel shameful for do not define you, and you're worthy of more. And you can move past that, persevere.
Absolutely. Man, what a beautiful process it is. You know, I needed, and I was trying to find reasons to build my self-esteem. And, you know, I do that by doing esteemable things. You know, I do that by doing esteemable things, and by so many of my problems in life have been by finding somebody's needs and doing my best to serve those needs of another individual, you know, getting outside of my difficulties. And obviously that can get complicated if I'm people pleasing and stepping into those waters too heavily without like paying attention to my life, because shame can live there too. You know, but after hearing everything you're saying, you know, you're such a beacon of light in the workspace for us. You know, you're such a key member of Team Recovery and what we do. And I just appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming on. I
appreciate you too. Thank you.
Well, guys, hopefully you guys got something out of that. I know I did. I'm pretty sure that you guys did too. I appreciate you guys tuning in to one-on-one with Juan. For another episode, do me a favor, please. Hit the like button. Hit the love button. What do you want them to hit? Like,
smash it. Smash that love button.
Smash that boy. Yeah.
Get it.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Go to Full Belly Podcast on all social platforms as well. Hit us in the comment section. Say something nice to Nicole. She deserves it. She's great. Tell her how amazing she is. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. Peace and love till next time. Talk to you soon.